Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stratford Post. How you doing? And welcome to the live watch along of Colombia versus DR Congo, guys, in the World Cup. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing fine. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Appreciate it. Hope everyone's well this early morning for me, whatever time it is where you are. Let me just say hello to the mourners. Big up Timangi. How you doing, my good friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up Leeson as well. Good to see you, my friend, again. Good to see everyone on board, guys. Should be a cracking game. Should be an interesting game here. Obviously, it's all to play for in these groups, guys. I'm going to go through the lineups for you real quick. So I'm a little bit late. I was rushing around this morning, obviously, just trying to get everything. I had to get my coffee in order and everything like that as well. Absolutely. Only one pair of hands. You know, so yeah, I was trying to get everything sorted out and stuff. So big up everyone in the stream. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully this should be a good game. My prediction for this game, honestly, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Congo today. Sorry, guys, but that is what I'm predicting today. I'm going for a 2-1 win to Congo. Let me know what your scores are going to be. Let me know what you think the score is, guys. Should be an interesting game. Obviously, Colombia had a good result last game. Very impressed with Congo. I was impressed with Congo during the AFCON as well. Very good team. Very, very capable team, of course, guys. So I'm going to go through the lineups. Let me just get this set up for you real quickly. I'm rush. And let me get it set up real quickly for you. So here we go. Right. The lineups are as follows. Here we go. So here we go. This is the lineup of Congo and Colombia. Here we go. So we've got Vargas in goal. Vargas, of course, who plays for Atlas. Guys, most of these players do play around the world, of course, as well. We've got Johan Mojica. We've got Lukumi, who plays for Bologna in Italy. We've got Sanchez, who plays, of course, for Galatasaray in Turkey. We've got Munoz, plays for Crystal Palace. Very, very good right back. Big fan of his. Definitely great right back. We've got Johan Arias, who plays for Palmeiras in Brazil. We've got Lerma, who plays for Crystal Palace. We've got Piotr, who plays for the Gustavo Piotr, Racing Santander in Spain. We've got Luis Diaz, who plays for Bayern Munich. Great player, Luis Diaz. Absolutely underrated, in my opinion. Sporting Lisbon's Luis Suarez. We got Rodriguez, who plays for Minnesota. In regards to Congo, we've got Impazi Nezao, who plays for Le Havre in France. They're playing a 5 at the back. Wan-Bissaka, ex-Man United player, of course. Wan-Bissaka, West Ham United. In Bumba, who plays for Lille in France. Guys, we've got Twin Sable, ex-Man United again. There we go. Game is kicked off, guys. Hope everyone's good. Hope you're going to enjoy the game. Big up. Hopefully we have a good game and let's have a fair game, mate. Let's have a fair game. That's what it's all about, guys. It's all about having a fair game. Of course, that's what we're here. Of course, guys. Absolutely. Let me carry on. In regards to the lineup, we've got Tuanzebe, who plays for Burnley, of course, ex-Man United. We've got Kapwadi, he plays for Vidal Łódź in Poland. We've got Masiako, who plays for Lens in France. In the free and midfield, they've got Mukal, Ingal Ayu Mukal, who plays for Lille, guys, in France. We've got Mutasami, who plays for Aramitios in Greece. We've got Kayembe, attack there for already for Congo. He plays for Watford in England. We got Wisa, who of course plays for Newcastle, and we've got Bakumbu, who plays for Real Betis. Cedric Bakumbu plays for Real Betis in Spain, of course. In regards to the substitution, we got Montero, Ospina, Arias, Tita, Mina, Mercado, Portilla, Quintero, Castaño, Richard Rios, linked to Man United, remember many times, Andre Gomez, Jaminton Campas, Cordoba, Carrascal, and Juan Hernandez. In regards to Congo, we've got Impolo, Fayulu, Batapiniska, Kolulu, Ditu, Shibola, Sipenga, Piquel, Sadiki, Makiele, Kakuta, Elia, Mbuku, Benza, and Bongonda. Those are the two lineups. Let me just quickly bring you the table and the current situation as we stand. This is the current situation as we stand. Obviously, they'll be on 1 point at the moment. The game hasn't finished. So Congo have and basically Colombia has a straight shootout here. It is a straight shootout between the two, of course, guys. It is. And yeah, look. So the last result for Congo was a 3-1 win, guys. That was a 3-1 win against Uzbekistan. Last result for Colombia. In regards to Congo, the last result for Congo, guys, let me just have a look at this. To Congo. There we go. So the last was 1-1 against Portugal. Was a good result, that one. A very good result for Congo. Of course, these teams are going to be very capable. They are, and I know myself. I've been watched the AFCON in December and January. That they are very capable and they are very good. Very capable of getting results and things like that, in my opinion. Definitely. You know what I mean? So yeah, so nil so far. Here we go, guys. Welcome everyone to the stream. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a good time. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Appreciate it. Absolute legends, of course, in the house today. Absolute diamonds. Big up everyone. Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate it, man. Absolutely. Big up everyone, of course, guys. And yeah, it should be an interesting day. Obviously, today, the teams matches are going to be at the same time now, isn't it? When you get to that last, how do you say it? That last game in the group, they start playing games at the same time, don't they? And that's what's going to happen, I think, today. Obviously, we've got Qatar against Bosnia, and we got Switzerland against Canada. So everything is obviously getting into the business end now, isn't it? It's like basically that's what's happening and stuff like that. So yeah, it should be interesting. Absolutely, should be interesting. It should be interesting. Chance for Colombia, big chance for Colombia. He's missed it. It was Munoz. Was it Munoz? Yeah, it was Munoz. Surprised by that. Absolutely a poor miss from Munoz, to be honest. There was a chance there. Was he offside? I don't know. But yeah, there's a chance there for Colombia. Yeah. Obviously, Colombia are going to be, look, is basically an open net, wasn't it? Basically open net. But Colombia are going to be one of the dark horses, I think, this tournament. I think they are. I think they're going to be one of the teams to watch out for, in this tournament. Definitely in this tournament, 100%. But Congo, obviously, are a strong side. So, as I said, I expect this to be a draw. I expect it to be, I'm going for a 2-2 draw, a 2-1 win to Congo, actually. Actually, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Congo. I think Congo will win it. Even though I rate Colombia, I think Congo will win this one. Got a feeling. It's got this feeling about this game. Having watched Congo the last game against Portugal, they were very impressive. As we know, massively impressive. I was very impressed with them, to be honest with you. So yeah, they're capable of getting the shock results and things like that. So yeah, Colombia at the opening stages have done pretty well. They're dominating proceedings as we speak at the moment. They're playing well. They're doing obviously very technical side. A lot of experienced players there, players that have played there for years. That I'm surprised to see so many of the old players in there. Do you know what I mean? When I'm looking at the lineups and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? Some of them, Rodriguez. I mean, how long has Rodriguez been playing? It seems like Rodriguez has been playing forever, isn't it? He's still there, definitely. But player to watch out for, obviously, Luis Diaz for them. Do you know what I mean? If we're talking about Congo, players to watch out for, obviously, defensively, they're very strong. There are some decent young players in their team, of course, as well, which I would look out for. But majority of the Congo team, chance, goal already for Colombia. It's 1-0 to Colombia. Colombia are leading by a goal to nil. It's been disallowed. It's been disallowed. Is it disallowed? It's saying a foul. It's saying a foul there. I don't know what he's doing. He's on the floor injured himself. I think he's injured himself. Yeah, they're saying a goal here. They're saying offside. Is it offside? I don't know about that. Of course, England had a very poor result yesterday. Well, some people say it's a poor result. There's a lot of backlash from that performance from England. And, like I said, in football, some teams, as well, I would say the Spain team, the Argentinian team, a lot of teams in World Cups, they start slowly. The ones who do well, they actually start slowly. Remember when Saudi Arabia lost to remember when Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia, Spain lost to Switzerland. It happens sometimes, It happens sometimes. The World Cup is not a guarantee, but this goal has been disallowed. It was Munoz again. It has been disallowed, but I don't know whether it was for offside or it was for a foul. The goalkeeper's on the floor, injured. Did it go to VAR? Did it go to VAR? I don't know. Don't think it went to VAR. No, I don't think it went to VAR. But again, Colombia have come close a couple of times now in this game already since we started. We've come close a couple of times, haven't we? But I hope everyone's doing well. Good morning. I got my cup of coffee. It's very early here, guys. It's like 6:08 in the morning where I am. Yeah, got my I had to have my cup of coffee. Definitely, absolutely. Not going to miss this game, though. Of course, I'm not. Absolutely. Don't forget, I'm back as well later on for Breaking Dawn, as I am every single morning, with hundreds of us who come for Breaking Dawn for Man United news, of course. Lots of breaking news surrounding the football club, definitely. Lots of noises surrounding the football club and stuff like that, definitely. Yes. I was looking forward to seeing Richard Rios today. He's on the bench. Richard Rios, of course, who was linked to Man United, and they put this astronomical price on him when we were originally linked to him, and then he ended up going to Benfica. And yeah, he's a good player. But I'm looking forward to seeing him today. Obviously, he's on the bench and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think we'll see him quite soon. Of course, absolutely not. Yeah, big up everyone in the stream, guys. Can you do me a favor? Please don't forget, subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video if you guys can do that for me. Get the algorithms moving and stuff like that. YouTube's lagging a little bit with the views and stuff like that. So thank you so much, everyone who's joined me and who's smashing that like, guys. Really appreciate it and showing your support and stuff like that. So thank you so much, everyone. Legends, of course, absolute legends. Let me know where you're watching from. Big up everyone who's joined me so far this morning. Really appreciate it. Let me know where you're tuning in from today. Yeah, actually, the Ghana game yesterday was one of the most boring halves I've ever seen. I'll be honest with you. The game was so boring. Honestly, it was just so boring. Let me just shut down my blind. The sun was rising. The sun was rising where I am, and it was like the sun was getting on. It was like it was bling 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 on my face and stuff like that. You know what I mean, so it was rising too early. Like, yeah. Colombia on the attack again here, taking it forward is with the midfielder Lerma. Lerma takes it forward. He brings it in. Good strike. Good save from the keeper. Inzal. Good save from Inzal. And Pazi Inzal with a good save was alert there. It was a good strike in the end there from Rodriguez. Rodriguez, of course, are very experienced. I mean, I thought he retired from international football. If I'm rightly correct. Corner to Colombia. 10 minutes gone. Still 0-0. It's a corner to Colombia. Rodriguez comes in. Chance headed wide. Another chance. Another chance for Colombia. They are potent. They are going. Of course, in this game, one of these teams have a chance to play England. I do believe that Portugal will come top of the group. One of them have a chance to play England or Ghana in the next round, which should be interesting. I mean, it could quite possibly be Ghana against the DR Congo. It can be an all-African affair. It could be. It could quite possibly be that if everything works out. Do you know what I mean? To be honest with you, if it all works out, it could possibly be Ghana against Congo. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I think England as well in the mix, depending who comes first and second in the group. Panama lost yesterday by a goal to 0 to Croatia. It looks like it's between Croatia, England, and Ghana to win the group. England are playing Panama. You would expect England to negotiate a win against Panama. Of course, yeah. I mean, they did beat Panama. I think it was in the 2002 World Cup, wasn't it? 6-1 or something like that back then. Maybe things have changed now. Maybe the teams have changed now in regards to that, in regards to their ability. Yeah, was it 2018? It was, isn't it? England won 6-0, wasn't it? 6-0 against Panama. They actually played Colombia in the quarter-final, if I'm not wrong. Is it the quarter or the last 16? They played Colombia and won on penalties. England won on penalties. I mean, who loses to England on penalties? I don't know. Who loses to England on penalties? I have no idea. Absolutely not. Keep smashing those likes, please. You can do that for me. That'd be brilliant. Thank you so much for your support. It's early in the morning here, so obviously bit of a mad rush, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, I hate rushing. One of the worst thing is when you're rushing in the morning. You know, it's the worst thing. It is the worst thing when you're trying to get things sorted out and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? It is frustrating. Thank you, everyone who's joined me and took the time out to join me. I thank you. You are the actual originators of Stretford Post, the actual loyalists. Thank you so much. Those who have joined me today, of course. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Great atmosphere in the stadium today. We'd like to see a bit more attacking prowesses from Congo. Haven't seen much from Congo at the moment, and nothing in the way of attacks as we speak. They need to try and get out of the box a little bit because at the moment they're inviting Colombia onto them, and Colombia will score eventually, and they need to start believing and stuff like that. Chance again for Colombia, wide. They need to start believing in their attacking instincts as well, and try and get that sorted out. Definitely, Colombia again with the ball. Yeah, so it is a dominate. Colombia are dominating the game. I would like to see Congo coming out of their box. Obviously, if you're inviting pressure like that, I've never believed in inviting so much pressure on yourself because obviously, eventually, when the team score, if they score, you're going to have to flip your mentality to a completely different mentality and try and attack. There's another chance for Colombia. It's going to be 1-0 if they're not careful. Again, it's deflected behind. It was nearly 1-0. Again, it was deflected behind. But Colombia are on fire here. They are on top. Yeah, Congo inviting a lot of pressure on themselves at the moment, especially with the likes of Diaz and players like that who Colombia got a lot of talent in that side. It's best not to invite it onto you. You know what I mean? And yeah, again, cross comes in, cleared, shot, way wide, way wide. But they're lucky that Colombia haven't got their shooting boots on so far today. Obviously, but you can't be inviting that sort of pressure on you for the full 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? If you've got the full 90 minutes, you're going to be like this. You're going to be in trouble. Definitely. So we are in Mexico, obviously Guadalajara today. It's good to be back in Mexico and Guadalajara for this game. Um, will Colombia feel more at home in Guadalajara? It's not far from home, is it? Especially when you're talking about altitude and things like that. And will they feel more comfortable in Mexico. Could be. Could be. Yeah, it's a complete domination for Colombia at the moment. A bit disappointed in Congo. Here come Colombia again. Is that a corner? It is. Is it a corner? That is a corner. No, it's a goal kick. Suarez is livid. He believes it was a corner. He believes it come off the Congo player. I think he might have a point, but no, I think it came off the Colombian player last. To be honest, I think it came off the Colombia player last. If I'm being honest. Strike, good save for the keeper again. They're really inviting a lot of pressure on them, Congo. The press is just a little relentless at the moment. I want to see more of an attacking prowess from Congo. Come out of the box a little bit and believe in themselves a bit. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that, to be honest, at the moment. I need to see more from them in the attacking aspect and things like that. Do you know what I mean? See if they can string three passes together to get forward. That would be good. As it's proven yesterday with the England game. Here come Congo though on the attack. As proven yesterday from the England game that when teams play the low block is very and you don't break through early. It can play on your mind, and then it ends up becoming more difficult as the game goes on to score. And you start panicking and rushing things and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what happens. You start panicking, you start rushing things, you start doing things that you wouldn't otherwise do, like when you're more in a more comfortable situation. But that's what happens, and you end up not scoring. It's always important when you're playing against a low block to score early. I have looked at Congo's lineup, and they got five at the back. I know about Aaron Wan-Bissaka, of course, who used to play for Man United. Yeah, he's a proper fullback, a defensive fullback who plays there. It doesn't really go forward. That was one of the criticisms about Wan-Bissaka when he played for Man United, that he's not good going forward, and he was just basically just a fullback alone. That was it. Absolutely. We get everyone so far who's joined me today. I appreciate everyone in the stream, guys. You absolute legends, of course. Thank you so much for your support. Foul? Is that going to be a foul? Is that going to be a foul? So basically, in regards to this group, if they all played 2 points, if it ended like this, Portugal will be still top with 4 points. Colombia will be second on 4 points. Congo will have 2 points. Obviously, we go into the last game. I believe Congo will be playing Uzbekistan, and Colombia will be playing Portugal. Now, Portugal and Colombia would need a draw only to go through. So the biggest worry for Colombia is whether, the biggest worry for Congo is that if they do draw this game, that Colombia and Portugal might be content with a draw. If you know what I mean, they might be happy with a draw. Maybe I'm just speculating here, but that could be the case. They're playing, obviously. Colombia and Portugal are playing on the 28th of June. So that could be the case, that they could be satisfied with a draw. They might be happy with that. Do you know what I mean? And this is why, if I was Congo, I would be going after the game. I'd be trying to win. I'd be trying to win this game. Absolutely. We've had a few people in the house already, nearly 300. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined me so far this morning. Cross comes in, poor cross, but it's in the box still in possession. The possession is still with Colombia. Cross comes in again, cleared away by Congo. It's back to the wall action from Congo at the moment. Are they gonna play like this all the tournament? Just be going for the defense. That's it. I really want to see more of an attacking threat from them. I think they're showing too much respect to Colombia. If I be honest, I think it's good as side as Colombia is. I think they are showing a lot of respect to them and stuff. It's a foul here, though. Munoz has fouled the number 25 there. The number 25 there. Munoz has fouled. This could become. We've got a hydration break, guys. This could become very, very frustrating for Colombia if this carries on. Yeah, I mean, obviously England had a lot of frustration yesterday. Kayembe was the 25 who played there. So look. So in regards to Congo, if I was to say some players to watch out for, the thing is with Congo is that their side is very experienced. But I want people to have a look at Ngel Ayu Macau. He plays for Lille. He plays in central midfield for Lille. He's 21 years old, centre midfielder, and obviously Man United are looking at a central midfielder. So I would urge them to have a look at Ngel Macau. Of course, he's a good player. Only 21. He's one of them ones to have a look at. Definitely. Of course, we saw what he plays for Newcastle and things like that and stuff. So yeah, I would at the moment, if there's any young players to look out for, it's not number 6. And if Man United, my team, of course, are looking for a number 6, look no further than look at Congo, of course, and that's what I would do. Absolutely, there are some gems in this tournament that I would like us to discover, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because there's obviously loads of talk about what player's going to come. How much is it going to be? Anderson's this much, Tonali's this much, and all that. You can find gems out there. There are players out there in this World Cup that you can find that are going to be, really good players. Definitely. Absolutely. I would say. Big everyone, the legends in the stream, guys. What are your scores? Who are you supporting in this game? Absolutely. Big up Kenny. What's going on, my bro? What's going on? How did the England game go for you? Boring, Kenny. Boring. Now, you know what I think about it, Kenny? I think that in life, in football, you got to go for it, man. I think that Tuchel was too negative. I think it was too negative. As soon as England started bringing on players that actually can attack, England started playing good football and they started attacking and they nearly scored about 3 or 4 times. I'm not a fan of Gordon. I've looked at Gordon a couple of times now in this tournament. I just don't think he offers anything. England have got the players. They just need to play them. To be honest, they got a 0-0. It's not the end of the world. They got 4 points. They got Panama next game. They only need a draw, really, England, to be honest, to get through. So I was disappointed with the performance, actually, but it's not the end of the world. It's better to have a bad performance in that game than have a bad performance in the quarterfinal or the semi-final or the last 16 or 32. You know, you much rather that. But this sort of thing for England has happened before, and they need to sort it out. You know, where they have these really bozo performance. They have a performance like they had against Croatia, and then they have a bozo performance like they had last night. But fair play to Ghana. Played a low block. They played the Arsenal style. They were playing like the Arsenal 2.0. A deep lying, of course. And yeah, perhaps should have had a penalty in the game. Perhaps should have had a penalty. You know what I mean? Maybe. But big everyone who's joined me this morning. It is very early morning. It's probably early. It's early for me anyway. 6:28 in the morning, where I am in the Middle East. These games are very early kickoffs. You know, it's you know, one thing about it though, I kind of embrace these sort of things. You know, I embrace the time differences and things like that. I'm watching games at 5 in the morning and 6 in the morning. I kind of embrace it. You know what I mean? It's kind of a new thing, isn't it? You know what I mean, for me. So definitely. 28 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0 in this game. Yes, sir. It is 0-0, and there is nothing going on at the moment apart from complete dominance, I would say, from Colombia. Guys, I know. It is a complete and utter dominance from Colombia so far in this game. I would like to see, but you never know. I mean, there might be a set piece and Congo get a goal, and then that's what they might be looking for at the moment. Just like, was it snatch and grab, rear guard action, snatch and grab. I've never believed though in sitting back. At the end of the day, I don't think you can win tournaments like that. And I think everyone, even though how good they are, how bad they are, you know, should be aspiring to win, not to preserve. You know, I've always believed that. You know, like for example, Ghana, right? Fair play. Ghana played this really defensive lineup, and they nearly nicked it in the end. But they played this really defensive lineup. There's only so far you can go with this sort of formation with the defensive line, back five and one back five and a midfield four. You know what I mean? Just sitting back. Yeah, it's only so far you can go. So basically, you're looking for the odd result. You know, here come Colombia again on the attack. Colombia, they've got this here. They got it forward again on the same side, on the Diaz side. Chance cleared away from Colombia, cleared away from Congo. Congo again, defending well. But this is the moment here where they got the counter attack. This is where they have to. Here's Wan-Bissaka of all people up there, and he's giving away the ball. Yeah, when Wan-Bissaka gets forward, forget about it. Forget about it. When Wan-Bissaka goes forward, you might as well just forget about it. He's not really good at going forward. One of the reasons why we did obviously get rid of him in the end is because he's just a fullback. That's it. He's a deep line fullback, not really a player that goes forward. You know what I mean? But here come Colombia. Colombia have another chance. This could be 1-0. No, well blocked again. Everything seems to be coming through Diaz, though. Everything that Colombia do, obviously, very good player. I think Luis Diaz is unbelievable. I think it was a mistake for Liverpool to sell Luis Diaz. If I'm being honest, I think it was one of their biggest mistakes was to sell Luis Diaz. Do you know what I mean? Really was, and I believe that anyway. Big at everyone in the stream. 15 minutes to go to halftime. Plus injury time. Obviously, we're getting around 5-6 minutes injury time every single half now because of the hydration break. Obviously, a lot of disillusionment about the hydration break. Not a lot of people agree with it. Not a lot of people are happy with the hydration break. Do you blame them? Yeah, not a lot of people are happy with it. I do think it's too long. I don't think it's necessary, in my opinion. Absolutely. Hello, my good friend. Was it Gani? What's going on? Hello, sir. I'm Azan from my other account. You say my comments from the other account. I can't remember Azan, but you shouldn't take things so literally, my friend. I was just pissing around with you. But yeah, welcome back. You don't need to. I think I didn't block you, mate. Let me have a look because my account's playing up. Big up yourself. Big up everyone in the stream. 8 p.m. Like we woke up early today to do this game. Let's get the lights up, guys. Let's have a little bit of a reward for it, guys. It'd be nice. Big up everyone in the stream. Let me have a look. Let me have a look, Gani. 1 second. Don't do it. 1 second, because I'm a bit worried about that. Bit worried. Why? As to why? Let me have a look. Congo on the back foot, right from the beginning of the game, guys. They've been on the back foot. I think I want to see them attack a little bit more. It's like they're allergic to go over. But here they are. Speaking of which, 26, great cross there, and it's gone out for a goal kick. It's gone out for a goal kick. Let me have a look. No. There we are. No one's blocked on my thing. Try again. It's all Colombia, Gani. It's all Colombia. You know. Let me just clarify something, right? When I talk about football, England will not win the World Cup, right, if they play pragmatically. Now, when England went attacking yesterday, England brought on Morgan Rogers, they brought on Marcus Rashford, they brought on all these players who can attack. They actually looked like they were going to score, and they actually could have scored and could have won it. They hit the crossbar. There, all sorts of things happened. As I said, the same as I'm speaking about Congo today. If you're going to the World Cup, any tournament, Champions League, World Cup, anything, you've got to go to win it. You've got to try and win it. You know what I mean? Don't just go there just to nullify and try and defend and stifle the opponents. Don't be nervous. You know, I've never believed in playing two central defensive midfielders, for example, if you're playing against a low block. It doesn't make any sense. So definitely England have the quality. You know, they do. I mean, Morgan Rogers, Anderson, and Declan Rice. Declan Rice was one of the Ballon d'Or contenders and things like that, you know. And then you look at Harry Kane, was the best striker in the world last season. You know, you look at them and you think they have got quality, and you need to utilize that quality and make sure you know, try and play in a positive way. I mean, raised on being a Man United fan, I've always tried to be positive. You know what I mean? But I always believed in playing positive. Here comes Congo with the corner. Well cleared by Colombia again. Close, Colombia close again. Of course, Colombia, let me just talk through a couple of their players. Obviously, Munoz, who plays for Crystal Palace, is a fantastic player. I want to point in the direction as well. Davinson Sanchez, a very experienced player, plays for Galatasaray now, but always been a good player wherever he's played around Europe. Always been a decent player, Davinson Sanchez. And Kumi, in the centre, about 27-year-old, plays for Bologna. Of course, we're playing in the Europa League today. You may have seen him play against Aston Villa last season. Was very good. And yeah. Margaret was at England. O'Reilly came on something Ghana in the low block, but it's something they expect in the World Cup. Look, at the end of the day, Ghana is. I said this throughout the game. I was saying that throughout the game. I know. I know O'Reilly should be playing. Look, the one thing about it is that I feel like Tuchel's picked the wrong squad, right? I feel like not only with O'Reilly, I think O'Reilly's really good, but Jed Spence ahead of Lewis Hall, you know, and then you've got players like Foden, Cole Palmer at home. When you need that type of player, like to unlock the door, right? You don't need that. Sometimes you need that player who can just the eye of a needle sort of passes and things like that. You need that in your squad, at least one. England don't have one. They have too many similar players. Morgan Rogers, Rashford, of course, Saka. Who was the other one? Madueke. They're very similar players. They're not possession-based players. You know, and you're going to get games like Ghana, where Ghana are going to sit back. Look at Congo today. right? But if you look at Colombia, the way Colombia are playing, and Colombia not got as much talent as England, but Colombia are playing positive football, right? They're playing quickly, going forward, going forward, going forward. You know what I mean? So that was my argument yesterday. Look, I don't think England will win the World Cup because they don't believe they can, and that's what it's all about. I've seen countries win the World Cup who didn't deserve to win the World Cup in my lifetime. Do you know what I mean? And it depends on you. Like, for example, Chelsea winning the Champions League or things like that back in the day. You know, they didn't deserve it, but they done it because they believed in it. And you have to believe in it. If you don't believe in it yourself, how can you expect anyone else to believe in it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know? Yes, luck plays a part in every form of football. Of course it does. You need first team players you are ready to leave their mark off the bench to prove quality. Tuchel did get it wrong to maintain stability, according to him. Tuchel got it wrong yesterday, Garni. I think England did not need to go with a 2 double pivot. I didn't think they needed to go with that, especially when you're playing against a low block. Play Kobe Mainu, who's more of an attacking sort of number 8. Go with him. You know, go with O'Reilly, who's been brilliant this season. Why are you not playing your best players in the World Cup? I don't understand it. Why is Jed Spence, in that team? Based on what? This is the question I ask. Why is Madueke ahead of Marcus Rashford? Based on what? You know, I don't get it. I really don't. Morgan Rogers as well can play that left side. Why is he not in the team ahead of Madueke? What is this obsession with Madueke? I don't know what it is. Because on the ball, Madueke, he done all right yesterday in the first half, to be fair. But when you think about the options that England have on that side, and then they play Madueke, it's like even Arsenal fans are looking at us and thinking on the right side, and Arsenal fans are looking at us and thinking, what the hell? They're playing Madueke, you know? But, one of the biggest disappointments yesterday, and there's a reason that Barcelona went out and purchased Gordon for 80 million. You know what I mean? They're talented players. No doubt about it. You know what I mean? They are talented players, but it's just like when they put on that England shirt, it's about mentality as well, my man. It's about mentality. And I remember when Man United first got into the Champions League many years ago, and I remember we were losing. We kept losing. We lost 4-0 to Barcelona. We got knocked out by Fenerbahce. We got all these things, and Galatasaray. We done all these things, and it took us a time to understand that. Nah, you need to go for it. You need to believe. You need to go for it. He was mint first half, absolutely. He was good. I'll give him his praises. But the problem with Madueke is the second half, everyone could see he was dying down. But he wasn't the worst one. Gordon was awful yesterday. But the one thing about Gordon is that, as you said there, he wasn't effective in the attacking third. What you want from Gordon, you want him to attack the fullback. That's what you want. He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't defending. He wasn't going forward. You could argue, but I think Madueke was better. I don't think he was good, like in regards to what I remember being a proper winger. I'm a Man United fan. Do you know what I mean? I remember Ryan Giggs and Cristiano Ronaldo and players like Andre Kanchelskis. So it was an average performance from Madueke, right? But a poor performance from Gordon. And you could see the difference of the side when Rashford came on. You could see the difference completely. Like when Morgan Rogers and Rashford came on and Saka came on, then you saw the complete different, the tide go like that. And to be honest with you, Ghana were holding on for dear life. Now, I asked the question, why on earth did he not do that earlier? Why did he wait so late to do that? And that's what makes me worry about Thomas Tuchel. This is why I never wanted him at Man United. Exactly why I didn't want him at Man United. I was saying I don't want him. I prefer Carrick. It's exactly that. He was in the top 10 of managerial candidates, but great managers take risks, man. Luis Enrique take risks. That's what he does. Go forward. Garni, I think your account's okay now, Garni. I think it's good. I think someone else of the community blocked you, mate, not me. But I think you should be okay on the other account. What do you make of Brazil in this World Cup, Neymar? You can never write off Brazil. You can never write off Brazil. I don't believe Neymar should be in the squad. But that's just me. I think Brazil. He represents everything that's been wrong with Brazil over the last 15 years, is Neymar. He represents that for me. I feel like you never know with Brazil because Brazil's Brazil, isn't it? You know, and I think you never know. But in my opinion, obviously, whoever beats Spain along the way and France will win the World Cup. Um, in regards to squad depth, France are frightening. I look at their squad and I think, oof, good squad. Portugal as well. Portugal were phenomenal yesterday, by the way. Yeah, I really liked the way they played football yesterday. Good to see. You know, their play was a little bit better. I mean, they haven't started well this World Cup, have they? They drew the first game against obviously Congo, of all teams. But yeah, they were better yesterday. Winning yesterday 5-0. Hey, James Rodriguez, number 10. He's been around for a long time. I thought he retired from international football. I actually thought he retired. Wan-Bissaka, who I feel is Wan-Bissaka of Congo, is one of the best defensive fullbacks in the world for Congo. I believe that. But you know who I just want a fair game. All I want is World Cup a fair game. Whoever wins it, I'm not a big fan of anyone really. I'm not an international football guy. I'm Man United. No, I used to go to England games, right? I used to go to England games where they used to sing, right? When I was younger, raised in England, I used to go to England games where they used to sing "Stand Up If You Hate Man United," you know, and I'd be wearing a Man United top. And I used to go to England games, so I stopped going to England games when I was younger, you know, and many years ago. And I think one game I went to, which was I think it was England against Saudi Arabia back in the year 1998, before the 1998 World Cup, and they were singing anti-Man United songs. And I turned around to the England fan and I said to the England fan at Wembley at the time, I said to him, if you concentrated more on England than you concentrate on Man United, maybe you'll be as successful as Man United. Because at that time, 1998, we were a proper team. You know what I mean? All right, we just lost the league to Arsenal, but the next season went and won the treble. You know, and I said that if you concentrate on cross comes in, corner, Congo, over the bar, on England more than you concentrate on them, then you might be successful, you know. I hope either Brazil will support them. I actually quite like Neymar. He's been Brazil's best player for that. He has been their best player, no doubt about it. I just feel like in regards to Brazil, I just feel like they need to move on a little bit, you know. It is the worst generation in my lifetime in regards to Brazil. If someone gave me like a prediction when I was a kid and said, you know, Brazil in the World Cup, they have a Brentford and a Bournemouth player playing for them, I'd have thought you're absolutely nuts. No, I was a Bournemouth and Brentford player playing for Brazil in the World Cup. What? I think it's just a bit like with Neymar. It's a bit like the problem with Neymar is that he has all the ability in the world. It's a bit like Ronaldinho. You know, Ronaldinho obviously was a very good player. One of the most skillful. I think the most skillful player I've ever seen was JJ Okocha, plays for Nigeria. But he was very skillful, Ronaldinho. But Neymar represents something like his dad was a footballer, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And I think he's a little bit spoiled in a way, you know what I mean? And he's had a lot of pressure at an early age. No, I remember when he was playing in Brazil. I mean, some of the things the guy used to do was unbelievable. But the problem is he's again, it's off field. It's not on field. It's off field. That's it. That was his problem. He can't look after himself. You know, it's exactly the same as Ronaldinho. Party life, the good life, and that's, you know, these margins in football, they're so small that if you don't follow the book and you don't follow football religiously, this is why Messi and Ronaldo have been so longevity, because their off-field life is completely football, only football. And that's the difference, you know. I've heard stories about Neymar. Look, let me tell you something about me, Azan. I used to be in the music industry for 20 years, right? I was a music manager. I used to film music videos and things like that. And basically, I used to host parties sometimes, you know, big parties in London or Madrid or Milan. I used to do big parties something before I came to UAE, right? And I used to meet lots of agents, lots of footballers, and I met a couple of people that knew Neymar, and they used to say they used to get tequila shots and stuff like that, and drinking tequila shots a day before the game. And I used to be like, Wow, this allegedly, by the way, this is what they were saying, and they were very connected. And they said he used to get tequila shots, and I said, really? And they go, yeah. And he said he used to drink quite heavily, and yeah, that's the difference. And let me give you an example. Like England played Germany, I know I'm taking it way back, but England played Germany in 1996, right? And back in 1996, there used to be the golden goal rule. So after extra time, there'll be a golden goal. Whoever scores next wins, basically. And there was a cross that came into the box that would have been a golden goal and a winner for England against Germany in the semi-final. And Paul Gascoigne missed it by that much. Literally that much, right? And he said after the game that if he didn't have that kebab and that pint of beer, he would have got that goal. He would have got that. And that's what I'm talking about, fine margins in football. It's the discipline. That's why you get the Messis, you get Ronaldos, then you get the step down and stuff like that. And that's why these days, this new generation, you're not going to get players like that now. You're not going to get players lasting to 40 years old like that. In no way. Like for example, Patrice Evra said he went to Cristiano Ronaldo's house, and he said he will never go to Cristiano Ronaldo's house again because it's like going to the gym. He said it's like going to the gym. I wish I got him back when he was in Santos. Pity Shaw linked with us as well. I agree. He was kind of spot. One thing I will say to you, Garni, a manager can make or break you. I mentioned Gazza again. Paul Gascoigne went to Tottenham. He didn't go to Man United. He decided to go to Tottenham instead of going to Man United. He went to Man United under Alex Ferguson. He would have been levels and levels. He was anyway, but he would have went next level. Ronaldinho as well. The story about Ronaldinho, he was in Manchester, ready to sign for Man United. Right, it was raining, and he got a call from Barcelona. He said, "Do you want to go to Barcelona?" And because it was raining in Manchester, Ronaldinho decided to change his mind and go to Barcelona. That's the mentality we're talking about. You know what I mean? That mentality. Who cares if it's raining? You're going to play in rain anyway, wherever you go, Barcelona, Italy, wherever. So he ended up going there. And I think that if a player like Neymar went to Man United under Alex Ferguson, trust me, man, trust me, he would have been the best player in the world. I honestly think that. I would have ever. Like people talk a lot about me, right? Like I banter you about Argentina. But look at this. This is Diego Maradona, right? One of my favorite players of all time. And I got a big background with Naples and Napoli, right? And I know a lot about what Maradona did, what Maradona was like in Napoli and stuff like that. And there are certain players that love the good life, that love the sunshine, Barcelona, La Rambla. Like in regards to Maradona, it was something more sinister. Yeah, and he used to do all sorts of things. Anyway, I won't get into that too much. Halftime here, guys. 0-0 between Colombia and DR Congo. Of course, backs to the wall action from Congo, but they're doing well. They're drawing so far. They're not losing. They're holding on. I would like to see more of an attacking threat from them, though. They really do need to come out a little bit. I do feel like there are teams in this World Cup who are just there to nullify and there to defend. I don't think it's a good idea to do that. Absolutely. Big up, Max. Big up, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, Sam, for the raid. Really appreciate you, my friend. Big up, Sam. Legend, of course. Sam who? Is it Sam who? Max? Big up, Max, by the way. So I can return the favor when I see him. I can return the favor. Big up, Sam. Legend. Thank you so much for that generosity and kindness. You're absolute legend. Oh, Don Hassan. Oh, Sam, big up, Don. Thanks for the raid, my brother. Thank you so much. Big up, Don. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the raid. You know what I mean? Absolute legend, of course. Hassan raid, thank you so much. Don Hassan, the best Liverpool fan in the world. Thank you so much for that raid. I really appreciate it. He's a legend, mate. Absolute legend. Hard working. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Hard working. I would give him a raid back, but I don't have as many people on my stream as him. So yeah. I'll be sending 6 people back. It's like going into, you know what I mean? I'll be giving him change. Good to see. Yeah. 0-0. Big up, man. He said he's tapping out at half time with the watch along, and nobody's got he's stuck to his word. It's a tough one. You know what I mean, Max, Smacky? What's going on, my friend? It's a tough one because I done the game last night. Where we live, I live in the Middle East as well as him. He lives in Jordan. I live in the UAE, so I'm literally an hour difference. And you know, I think this game does have potential. I agree, Smack. But after yesterday's debacle of a 0-0 draw of England against Ghana, I think we got a little bit of PTSD, mini PTSD going on because that game was awful. And I stayed up to 2 in the morning last night. I'm up now at 5 in the morning doing this game, and you want a good game, you want entertainment, innit? Especially when you wake up that time and you do it. I don't want to say moany, I'm like moany old fart and stuff like that. But yeah, basically, you don't want to go wake up that time in the morning and have a game that like this where Congo's just content with a draw. Basically, it's a bit like what Ghana was. I was disappointed yesterday though because I was disappointed of Tuchel, I was disappointed of England. It was brutal, especially in the first half. I've always believed that just bloody go for the game. Do you know what I mean? Just go for the game. I've always believed that. England played well in the second half when they tried to go for it. I don't understand why they don't do that from the beginning, especially when the team is playing a low block. Why would you go low block if they're playing a low block? Why would you play 2 CDMs, a double pivot, if they're playing a low block? You might as well just go for it. You know what I mean? It's just, even though Ghana, in the end, I think Ghana should have had a penalty. I really do. I think they should have had a penalty. Yeah. It's why England won't win the World Cup. It's the problem. It's been happening for decades. They have the talent. Don't get me wrong. They have the talent. I mean, but they don't know how to utilize it. They don't know how to use the talent. They have it. But it was a clear pen and a red card, probably, if you're being honest. It was a clear pen. I couldn't believe he was going to get. He didn't even go to a VAR. That's the thing. Like, I'm an England fan. Look, I support England because I'm from England, right? Unfortunately. But one thing is, right, I looked at that and I thought that's definitely going to go to VAR. That's definitely going to go to VAR. That one is definitely, you know what I mean? And it didn't go to VAR. Shocking. It's a clear penalty. Yeah. Yeah. And I would be aggrieved if it wasn't, But, what I would say is that it was an awful game especially in the first half. I mean, I couldn't believe how bad it was. It's so frustrating as well. Because it could be better. England could play better. I'm convinced the little guys get shafted in the World Cup when it comes to Celtic calls. Yeah, 100%. The name means everything. Right. I don't like criticizing a lot. Listen, guys, like people think I criticize Argentina a lot. But it's pretty evident Argentina get the rub of the green. They do. They get decisions go their way because they're Argentina. They do throughout history, whether it's the hand of God, 1998, where before Messi, they used to get decisions go their way. And it's not necessarily they get decisions to win the game. They get the 50-50 decisions go their way so that they have more chance of winning the game, which is why they don't win the World Cup every single time because the 50-50s go their way, but they don't capitalize on it most of the time. And if you're like, for example, if that one yesterday, I'm not going without but anyway, so FIFA is equal parts politics, equal parts money, equal parts sport. Yeah, no doubt. It's pretty evident. Like it happens. It's just, people think that football's absolute and everything's all rosy and happy and that. It's absolutely not. It's not. Football is sinister. There are times when certain teams get favoritism. Big teams get, not just Argentina, big teams get favoritism. Right? Big teams get favoritism. They do. All teams, big teams get favoritism. And teams like, for example, if it was Congo against Brazil, Brazil will have more of the rub of the green because you know what it is? It's money, isn't it? Brazil get more viewers. Brazil get more people watching, around the world. They will get more, they're more likely to get the results. Messi, Argentina have a fan club right? A fan club that is unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Listen, guys, I've got Neapolitan background, Naples, Italy. Naples, Italy, right? They worship Argentina. Now, I know that they got Maradona. Look at this, right? This is Maradona. Like I said, this is Maradona, right? I go Naples 5 times a year. They worship Argentina, right? Which is why they like that's just one part of the world as well in Italy. They worship Argentina, and every time Argentina play, it's Argentina all the way, and they are supported around the world, and they get favoritism, no doubt. But Ghani, I'm not going to go through it. Obviously not. It behooves FIFA to make the big guys win and get calls. Look. For example, if it's a final between, let's say, Paraguay and, for argument's sake, let me say, who else is going to in the country? Paraguay and Morocco, final of the World Cup. You know, it's not going to profit FIFA, is it? You know, it's not going to profit FIFA. It's not going to make FIFA make money. Nobody's going to watch it. That's what they're thinking. You know, I think it's just more about how bad the refereeing is throughout the sport and bad decisions. One thing is, Ghani, one thing I will say to you, Ghani, and I'm not saying this because I don't like Argentina, because back at me. I said, look at Maradona there, Azan. Yeah. I've heard it from very important people. That's the thing. I've heard it from the dog's mouth. I've heard it from their mouth. I used to, like I said, I was in the music industry 20 years. I used to host these parties, these big parties. And sometimes these agents will come to these parties and these referees will come to these parties. And they told me these things happen. They told me which teams are favored and things like that. They told me already. I know. And there's a reason behind it. There's a reason behind the madness. It's not like rigged, like you say, but it's like I said earlier on, it's the 50-50 decisions, the red cards, things like that won't go Argentina's way, right? Won't go against Argentina. For example, when you think about that Messi challenge against Algeria in the first half, studs on the leg, no VAR, studs on the leg, no VAR. That was a red card, mate. Let's be honest. Let's be real with it. You know, let's be real with it. It's a red card. Holland, 2022, handball, second yellow card, red card, nothing given. Right? There you go. Nothing given. Now, that doesn't mean it's completely rigged, but decisions go their way. That's what I'm talking about. The 50-50s. Not just Argentina. Not just Argentina. There was a problem with Spain as well. Spain had this problem for a long time, but I think politically now, because Spain have changed their stance, they will start getting bad decisions. Trust me, they will start not getting the decisions that they used to get in the past. That's what it is, and that's how it happens in football. Do you know what I mean? You know, for example, Ghani, let me give you an example. This is what I'm saying. It's not rigged completely, but the 50-50s will go their way. Right? Doesn't mean they're going to win the game, but it has gone their way throughout the game. If you watch the France game, it went their way, right? But they didn't capitalize. They don't make it obvious. So basically, for example, if like that free kick there shouldn't have been a free kick, but they're going to give a free kick to Argentina. That there shouldn't have been a penalty, but they're going to give a penalty. Look at the penalty against France. Look at the penalty against France. Look at the penalty for Argentina. They gave them the best opportunity to win. They gave them the best opportunity to win that game. The best. That's what they did. And that's what happens, and you have to accept it. I can give you a lot. Listen, I've got a compilation of it. I've got a compilation. Even Argentinians admit it. Argentinians admit it. I used to know a girl called Victoria Salinas. She was from Argentina, right? And she used to say, you know what? Don't worry. The referees will be on our side again. That's what she used to tell me. That's what when Argentina used to play. That's what she used to tell me. Don't worry. The referees will be on our side again. Trust me. It's not to say that Argentina are crap. You know what I mean? They're not, you know. But certainly they do. Everyone knows it. Peter Schmeichel spoke about it. You know, everyone in Europe is speaking about it right now as we are, where we are. Everyone in Europe. You know, should not Messi been had a red card? If you don't think that's a red card, then that's just being an agenda, isn't it? That's just, come on, not fair, is it? And I would say the same. I said, like, I'm an England fan. I'm English. That was the penalty for Ghana yesterday. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I will tell it as it is. I will call it as it is. It wasn't just England Ghana today. The refs swallow their whistle, high leverage moments, while it's the little guy versus the big guy. That's what it is, isn't it? The one who can make the most money and the one who doesn't. 50-50s add up and compound throughout the match too. Yeah, exactly that. It's what I'm talking about. The 50-50s is what it's all about. If it swings in the way of a 70-30, that's what happens. So it's not necessarily exclusively rigged. It's basically one team will get the majority of the percentage of the decisions. Like England, for example, if that was Ghana tackling the England player, that's a penalty to England. We know that. I can sit here and not be biased as an England fan. If Ghana tackled Harry Kane in that moment there, that's going to VAR and that's a penalty. Straight away, you know it. Look, come on. You know, and this is what I'm talking about. It's not necessarily like rigged, but it's like, yes, exactly what you said, my man. It's about the little against the big team, the small team against the big team, you know, the Colossus, the one who makes the most money. Remember that FIFA is a business, guys. FIFA is a business. You know? Thank you for I was crazy at this. It absolutely get huge calls. Go, yeah, Tim, thank you, mate. You know, but this is exactly what Smaki said. He's right. It is the little guy against the big guy. That's basically what the gist is. It's the little guy against the big guy. The big guy gets all the decision. Argentina in this aspect are a PR phenomenon. Let me tell you, they make money. They sell shirts. These Argentinian shirts, guys, they go like hotcakes, man. The Messi Argentinian shirts, everywhere you go. I'm in the UAE right now. Everywhere you go, Messi Argentinian jersey. They're business, right? They're a business. They're a business and they make a lot of money. That's why they need them in the World Cup. Argentina get knocked out of the World Cup. There's no Messi. There's none of that. It's gone. You know what I mean? You know, and that's what it is. You know, I've got my own sinister point of view about football, about what I think politically. I don't want to get into it, but I know what Argentina is, and I know what the players are and stuff. You know, I've actually traveled. You know what I mean? So I know what they are, and I know what they're not. And you know, there's certain things that they do politically as well that gain the favoritism. That's what it is. That politically, it is. FIFA is politically driven as well, you know. And there are countries like that. Like I would guarantee you now, with Spain, with the political stance that Spain have done, right, over this last few months. Let's not get too much into it. They're going to start getting these decisions that you're going to go, that was. How did Spain get that decision against them? Why did that happen to Spain? You know, where in the past it would have been like, yeah, they would have got that decision, would have got that decision. Big up, Rajat. How you doing, my good man? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, of course. Big up, Tyberg, legend. What's going on? I am shocked he's seen that England result. Worrying signs for England. The worrying side, Tyberg, is Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel was a coward yesterday. Thomas Tuchel played defensive. England should have won the game in the second half. In about 70 minutes, England decided to change it. And they decided to bring on players. Now, look, maybe the structure of the first team is good, but in that particular game, they should have went for it earlier. And that was Tuchel's fault. England should have won 2-0 in the end, 3-0, maybe 3-1, penalty to Ghana. They should have won. But Tuchel effed it up. He was awful yesterday as a manager. Managerially, it was worrying. But then again, that's the World Cup. I'm telling you, Cape Verde drew with Spain. You know, when Spain won the World Cup, they lost to Switzerland in the first game. When Argentina won the World Cup last time, they lost to Saudi Arabia. It happens. You know? Again, the Ballon d'Or is a problem as well. I don't agree with the Ballon d'Or. I think the Ballon d'Or, like, for example, him getting Ballon d'Ors whilst he's playing for Miami and things like that is wrong. You know, that there should give you the evidence that Messi is favoured by FIFA, the Ballon d'Ors. Because he shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Ors a few of those times. Everyone knows he shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Ors. Look at the best players of the years that he won it. Yes, earlier on he should have won it. Everyone knows he shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Ors. You know? Everyone knows it. You know? Look at the interview. There's an interview of Gabriel Batistuta. He says about it. He talks about it. He's an Argentinian legend. Gabriel Batistuta. He talks about it and he'll tell you. Nice match. Oh, it meant nice match. Big up, my friend. And my wife asked me, does this guy ever sleep? Tyberg, you know what? No, not these days with this World Cup. Absolutely not. I do need some sleep, but yeah, I won't be sleeping today. Yeah, I know. I have to do the World Cup. Game is kicked off in the second half. Thing about the World Cup, it's once every 4 years, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's once every 4 years, and that's the thing. I have to do it. You know what I mean? You never know. I might catch something amazing. I love this World Cup, but it's gaslighting Olympics. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. PR is very important in football. Let me say it. Like PR is like the most important thing in football. You know what I mean? Tell us your conspiracy. I love to hear. I don't believe in conspiracies. I believe in facts. I believe in truth. I think that things happen that people don't like when it don't fit a narrative. They call it a conspiracy. That's what they do. There's no such things. If you see it with your own eyes, it's pretty evident. And if it happens multiple times, it's evident, isn't it? Like, let me give you an example. Does anyone here believe? I don't care if you're an Arsenal fan. Look, I think Arsenal are a great football team, right? A great football club. Does anyone out there believe that Arsenal didn't get the rough of the green last season again in the PGMO? Do you think that? Does anyone believe that? Does anyone believe that the FA didn't want Arsenal to win the league? Because I believe they wanted Arsenal to win the league. Yeah. And it came from the horse's mouth. They said every 6 years, Scudamore said it, every 6 years they want Arsenal to win the league. And that's what it is. I think CR7 is more popular than Messi. In a human side, yeah. He's more loved than Messi on a human side. He's a better human being. If anything, he's a better human being. I know a lot about Ronaldo. I've been a Man United season ticket since I was young in the early 90s. I saw him break through Man United. Well, come to Man United, a young kid, playing on from the bench and then becoming the best player in the world. And I know all about Ronaldo. I know how loved he is. I think if you're gonna base your life around anyone as a man, I would look at Cristiano Ronaldo because the way he looks after himself, the way he promotes health and promotes a good living. I would say that. One thing I would say about everything, about Messi and Ronaldo, regardless of what you think, doesn't it concern you that Ronaldo and Messi are still smacking it in the World Cup at 40 years old? Doesn't that clarify to you that the pool of talent in football's declining and regressing? Don't you think that? Tuchel doesn't even look like a football manager. He looks like a freaking Ferrari. He's going to change your wheels, isn't it? He does, McLaren. He works with McLaren part-time. Yeah, Irfan, what's the here we go? Very off topic, but I have to say, Ineos decide to walk away from Fernandes. I'd support it. I want him at United, but he would be valued for money. 80 million is a joke. I'll pay that for Tchouaméni. Absolutely, Tim. Yeah. As much as I'm an advocate for forget about the money, spend the money, splash the money, go for it. He got relegated with West Ham, and before Chancellor Colombia corner, before he got relegated with West Ham, everyone was saying he's 55 million. Everyone was saying, Chancellor, here we go. No, what a save. What a save for the keeper. And it's wide. They're hanging on Congo here. Should be 1-0. It was Luis Diaz again. Yeah, look, 55 million, 60 tops is what he should be. That's just my opinion. I rate him very highly. Yeah, I think he's a fantastic player. But how can you have Tchouaméni valued at 80 million or around that mark and players of that ilk, or maybe Ayub Boadi, who's valued at probably 40 million, and then you have someone like Mateus Fernandes valued at 85 million? Come on, it's just bonkers, man. And what they're doing? They're going to ruin his career. They're going to ruin Mateus Fernandes' career. They're going to ruin it because he's going to end up signing for Spurs and he's going to end up ruining his career, like Bergvall has done. You know what I mean? Players who go to Tottenham don't go up. Nobody goes up from Tottenham. Nobody. You know what I mean? As soon as you go sign that on the dotted line for Tottenham, you are Spursy. That's what you are. You are a Spursy player. And that's what happens, and that's what's going to happen with Mateus Fernandes. Spurs have paid the money. A fair play to them. They pay the money. Good for them. But honestly, I didn't believe it at first when I heard the rumors about it. I know for a fact Mateus Fernandes agreed to go to Man United. He's agreed personal terms. He's prioritized Man United, but that doesn't mean anything if you haven't agreed a fee with the club. And the club could say, no, well, 85 million. That's what we want. It's going to stifle him. It's going to stifle his opportunity to play in the Champions League. He's going to end up at Tottenham. Good luck with that. You know what I mean? Smack, I've watched every minute of the match in the World Cup, even though some of the matches were maddening. Fair play, man. I ain't watched every minute. I can't. I'm like Hussam, I'm like Don Hussam. I was going to tap out a couple of times. I was going to tap out a couple of times. There was a couple of games where I thought, you know what? I came on the stream and people came on here and convinced me to carry on, to do the game. Like the England game against Croatia, I think it was. And I said, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I just want to sit down and relax, watch the England game, just sit down and watch it. But I've done it, and it isn't easy. It's not easy at times, man. I'm in the UAE. I'm 3 hours ahead of England. Right? Now, this game's disgusting for England because it's 3 a.m., innit? Kickoff. But I'm 3 hours ahead. So it kicks off at 6 a.m. for me. Who's Harry? Yeah, they did. Exactly. They did want Arsenal. This is the thing. Unfortunately, in football, we don't deal with rainbows and fluffy clouds. Things happen, and people want certain teams to win. Yeah, of course they do. If Man City win it every single year, it's going to take away the brand, isn't it? CR7, I like the best player. Look, CR7 versus Messi. Like I said, you can go to Italy, and everyone would have Messi shirts. Chance of Congo over the bar. Everyone have Messi shirts. Messi is pushed to a limit that is unbelievable. And there's reasons behind that politically. And I'm not going to get into that, but there are reasons behind that politically, right? And I know that, and I know what you have to do to get that kind of PR. You know what I mean? And I know who's done it, and that's the thing. It's not coming on here hating. Why would I hate on Messi? You know what I mean? He's the same age group as me. He comes from the same era as me. You know what I mean? I know all about it. I should be criticizing some of the young lads who come in who are absolutely useless. It's not even about relegation. Many great players came from relegated teams. It should be expected. Yeah, Roy Keane came from relegated Nottingham Forest, but Roy Keane was expensive. But when you look at Roy Keane, right, when he came from Nottingham Forest all those years ago, it wasn't that expensive. You're talking about, for example, the players were 50. And you've added an extra 30 on top, 35 on top of it. I understand if they added 10, maybe 10 million in incentives above that. But 35 million straight up cash. And you know what the funny thing is? They want cash. They want cash. Do you know what I mean? Big up. Let him go to Spurs and learn that. He will learn the hard way. When in a year's time, like Bergvall, Sweden, in a year's time, they're going to go and go, you know what? I made the wrong choice. Trust me. I don't like Liverpool. I'm not a big fan of Liverpool. Obviously, I'm a Man United fan. Right? Liverpool are enemies, but I respect Liverpool. Right? I would much prefer Mateus Fernandes go to Liverpool than ruin his career, go to Spurs. Because he will ruin his career. He will ruin his career going to Spurs. I'm telling you, he will not be developed. He will have a loser mentality as soon as he goes there. If he comes to Man United, if I was, look, it depends on the player as well. The player has to come out and say to West Ham, I want to go to Man United. Make sure you do a deal with Man United. I want to go to Man United. That's what he has to do. Or I want to go to Liverpool or wherever I want to go. PSG. He has to come out and he has to say it. He can't just sit down in the background and pretend, everything's all hunky-dory. If you want to move, you got to force to move. You could say, you can even threaten to sue. It's like what Anthony did at Ajax. You can threaten to sue. Say, I want to go to Man United. You can threaten to sue. Morning, Hassan. How you doing, my friend? Are we doing well? At least where I am, I hated CR7 because I was a gooner up to 4 weeks back, up until 4 weeks back. But I will say that as a human being, I have more respect for Ronaldo than do you. Yeah, as a human being, Ronaldo's levels above Messi. Yes, his stance about politically, his levels. He's a fantastic human being. Absolutely fantastic. People don't know what he used to do as well. Even when he was at Man United, people don't know what he used to do behind the scenes. They have no idea, what he does. Yeah, he's a much more better human being. Yeah. The thing is, the difference between Messi and Ronaldo was not born with the type of talent that Messi had. Messi was a natural given talent. That, a bit like Maradona, right? He was a naturally gifted talent. Ronaldo had to work for that talent. Ronaldo was not the player when he came into Man United at a young age that what he became. People used to make fun of him when I was at work. And when I was at work in London, people used to make fun of him. They used to say, oh, the step over merchant. He used to do these step overs, and then people would be making fun of him. You know what I mean? Plus, name me a 41-year-old who runs 12 to 15 kilometers in a match. Exactly that. Hassan, this is exactly what I'm saying. Brother, I said it. If you are a man or a woman, aspire to be like Ronaldo. Aspire to be like Ronaldo. That guy removed Coca-Cola bottles from the front of the camera because he don't want to promote Coca-Cola. That's the guy. If you want to be like that, running 5K, 12 to 15K per game at 41, you know what I mean? I mean, it's different level. I've got huge respect for him. And not only that, he plays in Saudi Arabia. You know how hot it is there. I live in the Middle East. I know how hot it is. Even in the winter, it's 26, 27, 28. It's very hot, Yeah, look, Colombia making some changes here. Let's see who they're bringing off. So the number 25 for Colombia is coming off. Number 9 is coming on. The number 25 for Colombia is Suarez. He's come off. Suarez and let me have a look. So let's have a look. We got Luis Suarez, who's come off. Juan Cordoba has come off. Juan Cordoba, who plays for Krasnodar, who play in Russia, I believe. Krasnodar. They play in Russia. Juan Quintero has come off. James Rodriguez has come off. Juan Quintero plays for River Plate in Argentina. Juan Quintero. A very talented player, 33 years old. Been around the block a little bit. Can play attacking midfielder, right midfield. So very much right. So basically fresh legs. But Quintero is like a veteran. There's a lot of veterans in this team, in this Colombian team. Yeah. All the games so far have been stinkers. How is it possible that this game is another stinker? I can't believe it, mate. 2 in a row, mate, for me, because I didn't do the game last night even the Croatia game against Panama was a stinker, wasn't it? It was 1-0 to Croatia. I mean, for me, this will be 2 0-0s in a row. Rajat, why is no team go after Angelo Silva? Why is he? He's a bargain at 40, 50 million. Yeah. Well, 60. There's something called the DR stipulation, the DR rule, which is basically you can buy out the stipulation in the contract. Angelo Silva had a 40 million release clause in his contract. I think it's around that much. And the club weren't happy with that because obviously they're going to lose money on Angelo Silva because he's talented, German international, stuff like that. And he's changed now. I think it's about 60 million. But I agree, Rajat, 100%. Players like Angelo still are out there. Why are we not going for these players? Man United are very tunnel visioned in what they do in things like that. You know what I mean? They're very tunnel visioned. Big up everyone in the stream, though. Thank you so much for joining me. Big thank you again for the raid from Don Hussam, the legend, of course. Thank you so much. And yeah, man. This game might be 0-0, It's 60 minutes to go with 60 minutes gone with 30 minutes to go. It's like, this might be 0-0. Luis Diaz is a good player. I think Liverpool made a mistake getting rid of Luis Diaz. I've always said that from the beginning. Oh, no, I lived in Sharjah for over 2 years where Gene's over there in June in the afternoon, and the people will know what I went through and what you're probably going through. Problem is, like, obviously, I'm very respectful when I live here. I live here. I'm very respectful. I do wear, I never wear shorts here, as you know, Hassan, and the most I wear is probably a t-shirt, but that's about it. But, yeah, it's hot, but I still, you know what I do? I still go jogging in it. I still run in it. I still do it, even at 40 degrees. I'm a madman, but I do it. But yeah, it's different. Sharjah's yeah. Abu Dhabi's alive. I love living here. I love living here. It's a nice place, man. It's a nice place. But I'm from London originally. Born and raised. Been there 4 years now. So yeah, I'm a bit used to the heat now. Summer though, isn't it? I'm in Italy, by the way, guys. 4th of July. Don't worry, I do my scouting. I do my agent work in Italy every single summer. People know I will have the news surrounding Manchester United and other football teams first, guys, when I'm over there. Guys, I've got some big interviews lined up as well over there. Can't wait for it. Go there about 3-4 times a year. So I can't wait to go there again. Chancellor of Colombia, cleared the waiver. Great defensive work from DR Congo, though, to be honest with you. I think they've been very good, resolute in defense. They're not giving much away. But can you win a World Cup like that? Maybe. Didn't Greece win a World Cup playing defensive football? No, they won a European Championship playing defensive football. Not World Cup, no. They won a European Championship in 2004 playing defensive football. Just pure defense. Thank you so much. Yeah. Smash a like, guys, if you could be as kind. It helps with the algorithms and stuff. Smash a like. Thank you, guys. And thank you again for the raid and stuff like that. Absolutely. Yeah, man. 28 minutes to go, guys. Colombia 0, DR Congo 0. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is showing why he's one of the best defensive fullbacks in the world. Again, yeah, he's a very, very defensive fullback. That's why Man United got rid of him, because he doesn't go past the halfway line, basically. So, yeah, he's doing very well here. Yeah. Guys, can you do me a favor? Bear me a second. I've got a delivery. It's already outside my door. Fantastic. Hassan, yeah, the famous 04 years, we had a laugh. It was funny in that 04. Let me tell you why. Because Greece opened up the game with Portugal, and it ended up. It's like introduction, conclusion. It was like that. They beat Portugal in the first game, and then they beat Portugal in the last game, and they won it. I'll tell you a little story about that, though, about the 2004 European Championships. I was at I don't know if you know of a singer called Usher. I was at a concert in London with Usher, and Usher was an hour late. And he was an hour late because he was watching England in the European Championships for 2004. That's what I remember about that 2004, because everyone was annoyed. You know, he was watching England versus Portugal. Thank you so much, Hassan. Big up yourself. Harry Kane flop, no goal. The thing with Harry Kane, if you don't give him service, he's not going to do anything for you. That's the thing with Harry Kane. If you give him service, he will do it for you. He will get you a goal and that. And even the corners were, even Declan Rice corners yesterday weren't hitting the spot. He is good, yeah. No, I don't speak that language. Sorry. I'm very unbilingual, Hassan. Sorry, brother. I understand bits and bobs. Harry Kane is quality, yeah. I'm learning. Harry Kane is a great player. Harry Kane would be playing for Man United if Alex Ferguson was still in charge. It's a simple fact. If Alex Ferguson was still in charge, Harry Kane would be playing for Man United. You know? Honestly, though, I tell you what, it's like a blur. When you do these games in the morning, like I've never done games kicked off at 3 in the morning. My motto is Arabic. I'm still trying to learn. I know the Arabic alphabet and things like that. I'm learning. I'm trying to learn more. Obviously, I'm from England originally. I'm from London. I've lived here for 4 years, so I only know bits and bobs. Obviously, Quran I know and stuff. Obviously that, but Arabic language is difficult. It's like, I am trying to improve, definitely. Problem is, when you're in the UAE, um, you don't, everyone speaks English. I mean, I know it's like a bit um ignorant and things like that, but everyone speaks English, isn't it? So you just don't end up getting to speak the language and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I will learn it, inshallah. I will learn it. Um, 0-0, guys. 66 minutes gone. This is awful, man. I don't know what my goodness me. You know what? This is competing with the Ghana game. I didn't think anything can compete with the Ghana game, but this is competing with the Ghana game now. That game last night, thank God, I saw the result. Croatia won, Panama 0. Thank God I didn't do a watch along for that. My goodness me. Imagine 3 o'clock in the morning doing Panama against Croatia. Jeez. What has life come to? Unbelievable. Big up everyone in the house. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. We're reaching 15,000 subscribers. Humbled, of course. Soon we'll get there. Soon come. Inshallah, we'll get to 20,000 subscribers. It'd be great. Sooner or later. Still 0-0. Look, I understand why a lot of people like this World Cup, honest to God. I think in football in general, you've got to be, there's too many teams are frightened to lose than going for the win. That's the problem, I think. I think too many teams are frightened to lose. They don't want to lose, so they don't go for the win. And they underestimate, they sell themselves short. Another hydration break. God, blimey. My goodness me. Another hydration break, guys. I thought we had enough hydration breaks. I thought we had enough hydration breaks, man. This makes it even worse. Goodness me. Just put this in the fridge. You're not wrong. I lucked it out with my mates in Sharjah. Only Desi in the group. The rest of them were Levantine and North African Arabs. That's how my Arab got better. I would love to learn Arabic, man. Honestly, I would love to learn it because it will get you far. If you learn the language, it will help you a lot. When I first came to UAE, I was doing like events. I started doing like stand-up comedy and things like events and things like that. And like I wanted to do like an Arabic stand-up comedy event where all the Arabic speaking comedians will be on stage as one show. I actually did well. I got one from Jordan. I got one from here in the UAE, and it was all right. But it's so difficult when you don't speak the language, and also it's the connection, isn't it, between people and stuff. If you go to a country, like my wife's Italian, I go to Italy 3 or 4 times a year. I can never communicate with her family, and it's I'm a typical English, innit? And I didn't learn any language. I know a bit of French. That's about it, to be honest with you. A bit of French. That's it. Yeah, that's all. That's it. That is what it is. Hydration break. I think there's been more entertainment in this hydration break than there is in the game so far, guys. It's been a tough watch so far. 100%. One of these teams are going to play England, you know. I guarantee you one of these teams are going to play England. Portugal will win their last game. Portugal will top the group. One of these are going to play England the next game. And it's going to be a boring game. I'm predicting it right now, guys. It's going to be a boring game. Who remembers England against Colombia in 2018? You remember that? Went to penalties. Another substitution for Democratic Republic of the Congo. It is Charles Pickle is coming on, and Edo Kayembe is come off. Joris Kayembe D2 is come on. Arta Misiaku is come off. That's the substitutions. So in theory, they've got another defensive. So basically, D2 is a left back, centre back. And in regards to Pickle, he is a central midfielder, defensive midfielder. So he can play attacking midfielder, but he's a defensive, more of a defensive substitution, basically. They're basically getting more legs in there. We've got 19 minutes to go, and it's still 0-0, guys. My siblings are like that. We are half Puktons, but I'm the only one who can speak Pashto. Hassan, my dad's Pakistani. I'm half Pakistani. That's where I get my complexion from. Dabizas, Colombia being a good team can't break Congo, and they blamed Ronaldo to not score against a team that was parking the bus. It's not easy. Let me tell you that even for England, like I know a lot of people say that England played poorly, but it's very hard to play against 9, 10 men behind the ball. You have to be astute. You have to have you have to get the goal early. That's one thing. If you get the goal early, the game opens up. And if you don't get the goal, it's very difficult. The biggest teams in the world have found it hard. Look at Spain against Cape Verde, you know? You remember? I remember James Rodriguez. I thought he retired. Honestly, I felt he retired. I was trying to wipe my eyes. I was like, is that James Rodriguez in the team? I was like, what? Chance, Congo. Oh my goodness, we had a bad choice there. Almost 1-0 to Congo. That would be typical, isn't it? That's football. That's football. He would have won it. Maybe. The Congo built a proper wall here of defensive line, but they're actually going for it now. They actually moving forward. Is that a clever tactic for the manager? Dangerous tactic. I'm half there, Hassan. Yeah, my dad was raised in England in the 60s. My dad came to England on a car from Faisalabad. And so there, he met my mum. And that's where went from fish and chips to curry and chips in a blink of an eye. Absolutely. There you go. Anyway, here come Colombia. Chance shot. Oh. That was Luis Diaz. He's offside. Guys, you know what? Today it's Qatar against Bosnia and Switzerland against Canada. And who's feeling that game? Those games. I think there's some good games tomorrow. Let me have a look. Today is going to be difficult with Qatar and Bosnia. Bosnia will win that. Fabrizio just updated that they will sell to the highest bidder. I believe he's going to Spurs. He will go to look. I'm gonna have a look because I do my show every morning at 7. Join me for that, guys. Every morning at 7 after the transfer show. About 9 o'clock UAE time, I have an agent I call every single day, and I'll find out the news from Man United. And he is connected. Trust me, and he will tell you. He will tell me. 1-0. They've scored. Colombia have scored. The defender has scored. Can you believe it? I told you if they go too defensive, they're going to end up conceding in the end. They have conceded. It's Munoz, the Crystal Palace player, who's got the goal. Fantastic finish. One of the best right backs in the Premier League, Munoz. And he's scored, and it's 1-0 to Colombia already. Not already, but finally, should I say. 1-0. Now Congo have to come out and start playing football. This is what happens. This is what happens if you just defend the whole game. Now you're going to have to flip your mentality and say, now we need a goal. How are we going to get a goal? You don't just be content with what you got. Colombia are leading by a 1-0. What does that do for the group? That means that obviously right now, as we stand, Colombia are top of the group. Portugal are second in the group. As we stand, was it offside? They might be looking at that. As we stand, England will playing a very, very boring game against Congo, which will probably be a low block as well. Just a little bit of history repeated. Goodness me. Yeah, it feels like Bosnia to me. Yeah. There you go. Big up. What a goal from Munoz. I like Munoz, you know. I think Munoz is such an underrated player. I like Munoz. Wow. Vamos, Colombia. Big up, Tomash. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you again, should I say. Hope you're well, man. The game needed that. Now Congo have to come out and start playing football. Not bloody rugby. Here we go. It's a violation, guys. The way they... I mean, I know, but the thing is, Congo are a good team. They've got some good players. They came out today like they're playing against bloody... I don't know. Richard Rios is on, guys. Of course, Richard Rios, you may know Richard Rios from his links to Manchester United, of course, a year ago or so, and he was overpriced. We heard that before in Man United. He went to Benfica. So Richard Rios is on the pitch, the midfield central defensive midfielder. So you get a chance to see him up close. Chance again. What a finish. Wow, 2-0. Oh, it's offside. It was offside. That was a great finish, though. That was a great finish. How was that? Was that a foul? That's soft. It's a little bit soft. For me, that's a little bit soft. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a little bit soft. Still 1-0. There's still a chance for Congo in this game. Fair play to Colombia. They kept plugging away. They managed to get the goal in the end. They unlocked Congo. Thing with Congo, the only thing that worries about Congo is that they don't have really any strikers like prolific. You know, that's the only thing. It's a bit like Ghana, the same. I don't think they really have a prolific striker. Wisa's not bad. I think he's not bad. He plays for, obviously. Here come Colombia again. Colombia, magnificent chance again. They're in the box. He's cutting. He's got a lot of space here to shoot. 2-0. That was always going to happen. But it's been disallowed again. Is it? No, it's Luis Diaz. It's offside. What? He's had 2 goals disallowed in literally a minute. Let me have a look. Yeah, he's offside. It's a good finish, though. It's good finish. Dab his ass. I hope Colombian captain after their match say that Congo didn't need any tactical adjustments to beat. You know, one thing I say, you know, you can play a low block and you can play a countering style of football, but when you go full low block, full low block, you know, and you just there to defend. It's very difficult for Colombia to break them down, but also it's just you're not doing yourself service, to be honest with you. You know, he'd be annoyed. Yeah, that's 2 goals that have been taken away from him, isn't it? He would be annoyed, 100%. Um, Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Now, Congo have to do something, otherwise Congo are going. Are they going home? No, they got a point in the first. They still got a small chance in the next round. Obviously, they got a chance to come third place probably. They still got a chance. Obviously, drawing against Portugal is a very good result. But you can't play like that all the time, like they played against Portugal. They played it here today, and they've conceded. They're only 1-0 down though. They're only 1-0 down, so they could come out and equalize, definitely, 100%. If they, you never know. Hassan, England need to get a scrappy in their next match because they only way you break low blocks. Hence, they can't afford to Anderson in the number 6. Put Rice with Jude and Mainu number 8 and 10. I agree with you, Hassan. I don't think you could play Anderson and Rice together. As much as I rate both of them, it has to be Rice. And then it has to be obviously Mainu in there. Definitely, they need to try something different against Panama. Panama are going to be difficult as well. They're going to sit back against England. Of course, they are. They're going to sit back and try and nullify England. Do you see Argentina going to the semis? Yes, I do. Looking at their fixtures, yeah, I do see them. If they'd be a surprise if they didn't. I think they will be in the semi, yeah. See, everyone's saying it. They're going to be helped by FIFA. Yes, they are. That's what I've been saying it. People think I'm absolutely bonkers, but they have. They've been helped. They're going to be helped by FIFA to get to the semi-final. Absolutely. Helps the viewing figures, doesn't it? Know what I mean? So that's what's going to happen. Yeah. Look at their fixtures. What they could potentially play. Everyone's got difficult games all the way up into the quarterfinals, and they've got it's unbelievable. But you never know. Football's a funny game sometimes, but I'm waiting for the quarterfinal. I'm waiting for the last 32, the last 16. I'm waiting for it because this group stage has been. I mean, it's been fun. I've seen some good game, a couple of good games, but I've seen some interesting teams. But yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult watch, to be honest with you. Here come Colombia again on the right hand side. No, it's cleared away. Richard Rios, great little ball. It's going out for a goal kick. It's gone out for a goal kick. Munoz, I like Munoz because Munoz is always going forward. That's what I like my fullback to do. Every time I see Munoz on the bloody past the halfway line. Every time I see Munoz. I see him on the halfway line. He's good. He's a good attacking fullback. I think that's what United need. Colombia got it here on the left with Luis Luis again. Ruiz. Luis. I keep forgetting his name. Luis Diaz. Cleared away. Do you think Liverpool regret selling Luis Diaz? Do you think they regret it? Because right now, how much is Luis Diaz worth? I had my my share of bad experiences with Argentinians. They're like the 1940s Germans or South America. Yes, not at all, of course, but let me tell you something, right? As a guy who knows a lot about Argentinians, right? Been there, everything, right? They don't like anyone who's not European. Like basically European Argentinians, right? They don't like anyone who's not European. They don't like anyone. They're very backwards. Look at their political stance. Look at them politically. Look at the government. They don't like anyone else. If you look at their political stance, it tells you everything you need to know about them. Do you know what I mean? they go against the grain, you know, and they're arrogant, you know. Chance, almost good save. Almost 3-0, 2-0, sorry. Almost 2-0 is a good save from the keeper. Again, the keeper has kept him in this game, to be honest with you. He's been quite impressive, this keeper for DR Congo, to be honest. He's had a good game, if I'm being fair. He's the only one who's had a good game for Congo. Inzal. Impasi Inzal. Impasi Inzal plays for Le Havre in France. He's done all right. He wouldn't be a bad second choice goalkeeper for United. We need a second choice goalkeeper. He wouldn't be bad. We need a second choice goalkeeper. Yes, everyone. Thank you, everyone who's joined me from Hossam's channel as well. Big up the Don Hossam for the raid. Big up everyone who's new to Stretford Post. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And thank you so much for staying up. It's great to have you here, of course, especially those people in the UK where the game kicked off at 3 a.m. I mean, goodness me, that's crazy. But mine was all right. It was 6 a.m. It kicked off for me. So it wasn't as bad. It's bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad. But yeah, I just about got up, to be honest with you. Lucky. All right. Throw in Wan-Bissaka. 8-A run, Wan-Bissaka. There we go. Throw the ball. 8-A run, Wan-Bissaka. That was funny, wasn't it? And that comedian. Come on. Come on, Congo. You can do it for me. You need to equalize, man. Come on. We need Congo to equalize. Come on, Congo, man. I thought they were right. When I did the watch-alongs for the African nations this year, and I thought they were good, Congo, to be honest with you, DR Congo. I thought they were really good. I also felt like there was a couple of teams that disappointed me. Obviously, Senegal were one of my dark horses. I thought Senegal would do well this tournament. They've disappointed me. Ivory Coast, they always impress me. They always produce good players. You know, they're very good. But Morocco are the team for me. Like in Africa, it's Morocco at the moment. They just look strong, man, in every department. They outplayed Brazil, you know. Oh, Bawadi in midfield. Unbelievable. We got about 1 minute plus injury time to go in this game. Don't forget, I'm live in about 2 hours for my live show every morning, Breaking Dawn, where I get the latest transfer news. Don't forget to join me for that. So it's basically 7 a.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Middle Eastern time, 8 a.m. Central European time. That's where I am. Every morning, guys. Free kick coming in from Noah Siddiqui. Noah Siddiqui plays for Sunderland, of course. Free kick coming in. Can they do what they did to Portugal? Where they got that, was it 94th minute equalizer? Can they do what they did to Portugal? The same thing. Go on, Congo. Come on. Get an equalizer, man. Cross comes in. Cleared away. Oh, is the Congo player's down. The Congolese player's down, but is Wan-Bissaka here on the right. Can he get the ball in? Good ball from Wan-Bissaka. Haven't said that much in my life. But anyway, here come Congo again. Chance saved. It's a good strike. It's a save. Congo are going for it. Go on. It's a corner to Congo. Good save from Vargas. But it's a corner to Congo. Yeah, it's a good save. A very good save. Hassan, I personally know many Liverpool fans who were pissed off with watching Bayern in the Champions League, cussing out Slot and Edwards like they'd stolen the liver. Yeah. Look, not it weren't many people's cup of tea is Ruiz, but I thought he was one of Liverpool's most important player. I think it's last season and the season before now. I thought he was Liverpool's most important player. I think I said it at the time. I said that he's so underrated. I'm supporting Morocco because of my mates happen to be Moroccan. It's comedy how I'm cheering for them. My own country is a disgrace of footy. Who's your own country? England or definitely not Pakistan. I mean, footy in Pakistan is like, chalk and cheese. But there's a little bit of play acting here, guys. 6 minutes of injury time to go. Yeah, when are they gonna start playing football, Hassan? They need to start, isn't it? Everything they play, they get good at, by the way. Pakistan, everything they do, they're good at. Everything they put their mind to, they're good at. That's what I'm talking about. They should get into football. It's another corner. If I was Congo, I'll just get everyone up front, even the goalkeeper. I will be trying to get up. They've got 4 minutes to negotiate this. I'll be doing everything I could to get that equalizer. Three minutes to go. Oh, he's headed and it's straight at the goalkeeper. See, why weren't they doing this at the beginning of the game? They might have had a chance to get something. Big up. We are also the most inconsistent people in South Africa. Yeah. South Asia. Yeah. Oh, it's the only country in South Asia who's, if there's going to be peace in the Middle East, I think people need to respect. All right. We got 3 minutes, guys. I don't know if Congo can get this equalizer, I think they're going to lose. I think they're going to lose, man. They need to just get that ball forward quickly. They need to get that ball forward. Jefferson Lerma's got a yellow card. I've come close to Dominican Republic. I've been to Cuba. Problem is, when I went to Cuba, there's an embargo in Cuba, isn't it? So it's difficult to live when there's an embargo. Dominican must be lovely. It must be really nice there. Goal kick to Colombia. Doesn't look like Congo are going to get this, in my opinion. Doesn't look like they're going to get this. They need to get that. They need to get that ball in the box. Charles Pickles got a yellow card for Congo. Oh dear me! It's been a long morning. Long goal kick. Free kick to Colombia. Doesn't look like this is going to end well for Congo. That should be it, to be honest. About 30 seconds to go in this game. I think the game is going to be up. Full time here. It's finished. Congo 0, Colombia 1. They have lost Congo 1-0, courtesy of a late strike in the game, guys, from Munoz. And Colombia have taken control of this group. Colombia move into top position in Group K on 6 points. Portugal are on 4 points. Congo on 1 point. As we stand, Congo will be playing England. As we stand, it'll be Congo against England in the next round, guys, in the last 32, I think, if England come top of their group, I believe. Well, that was a strange one. It's beautiful. I just prefer Asian culture. Personally, preference. No offense to anyone. Yeah, of course. No offense taken, mate. No snowflakes on this channel. Full time, Colombia. Vamos Colombianos. Big up Colombia. Colombia have won the game. Well, football won in the end because Colombia tried to play football. Obviously, DR Congo tried to just defend for the first half, and it wasn't great. It wasn't pretty. They managed to break them down. Colombia will be going through to the next round, the last 32. In 6 points, they are through. They can't be knocked out now. They are through to the first 32. Congratulations to Colombia. Vamos, Colombia. Well done. Big up my Colombian brothers. They've done well, man. And yeah, there we go. Absolutely fantastic. Guys, I will be back. Big up Thomas later on today for Breaking Dawn in about 10 a.m. Middle Eastern time, 7 a.m. UK time. Join me for that. For the latest and the greatest transfer news for Man United and around the world of football. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening, great morning, great night, wherever you are in the world, guys. I really appreciate you. And thank you, Don Hassan, for the raid. Big up him. Anyone on my channel, go and subscribe to Don Hassan, guys. It's all about the love. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Take it easy. Have a good evening. And we got Qatar later on, guys. We got Qatar against Bosnia. And we got Switzerland, guys, against Canada. 2 games at the same time. Double whammy. Hopefully it's not a double boredom, of course, guys. Take it easy. Have a good morning. I'll see you soon. Peace.